We have a confession to make, and this may come as a bit of a shock to some of you. But my name is Chris, and yes, I'm an introvert.
And my name is Michael, and I'm also an introvert.
So as you can imagine, that presents a bit of a dilemma because we live on the Villa Vie Odyssey, a small cruise ship in the middle of the ocean with hundreds of people. All incredible, wonderful people, but it's a lot of people. So we have to come up with a solution that helps with our introverted nature.
So we came to the Atacama Desert. We learned in Lima that the Villa Vie Odyssey can be an amazing jumping off point that allows us to not only do the itinerary, but it also lets us do things like other trips that are on land and off the ship, but allow us to travel locally wherever we are in the Odyssey. And we learned that in Lima, and we're now doing that in Chile. We've actually come to the Atacama Desert in San Pedro de Atacama, Chile, and we are so happy to be here.
So we're going to take you on a bit of adventure, so stay with us as we explore this amazing part of the world. Hello, come on in. We wanted to give you a tour of our room. We're here at the Naturalis Hotel. It's a very small boutique hotel. There's only 8 rooms in total. Can you believe that? So it's a really high-touch experience. They really treat you like family. Now, I wish you could smell what it smells like in here. When you walk in, there's this beautiful scent. It smells incredible. It's a pretty big room, which is nice. Now, that's not typical of rooms in this area from what we understand. Many of them are very small because it's a very small town, but these rooms are really large. Great big bed, lots of great linens. It feels great. The temperature is wonderful in here. It's just desert kind of temperature. It's really nice. We can keep the doors and the windows open. Now, we have a great area back here, which is our bathroom, a big shower, a big walk-in closet. Now, I want to show you our favorite part of the room, which is back here. This is our back patio. Isn't this spectacular? It's really nicely landscaped with all of these desert-type plants. We usually sit here, we have coffee here, we just kind of talk and relax and just kind of chill. And if you could see back here, beyond this fence, it's just all desert and mountains. It's a really spectacular setting. This has been just what we needed to chill and just be quiet and be still. It's been a really special time.
So we wanted to show you a little bit around the hotel here, the Naturalis Hotel that we're at. And of course, it's here in San Pedro de Atacama, which is the jumping off point for exploring this whole area. It's a good travel in from the airport of over an hour or so. So now the town of San Pedro is about 3 kilometers from here. So we chose to stay out a little bit. Most of the hotels are right in the kind of main city, and that's where a lot of the activity, of course, the tours start there, restaurants, that kind of stuff, but we wanted something quieter. So we're here, and you'll see today it's a really cool, quiet experience. One of the things that really makes this place special is the way they put the landscaping here. We're in the middle of the desert, and they have selected these beautiful plants. They're all native to the area, but look at this. Look at the texture. Look at the blooms on this thing. But don't forget to look up because there are beautiful trees everywhere. Most of them have fruits on them. I even ate one this morning that tasted just like apple. This one here actually has a fruit that tastes just like peanut butter. It's like a little oasis here, and we're loving every minute of it here in the shade. We're absolutely loving all these little areas they have for us to sit and chill and talk and not talk and that kind of thing. We're right now in the fireplace area. It's kind of this outdoor living room you can see here. It's got this great fireplace. And around here, this is actually where we have breakfast. So they serve breakfast every morning, and it's a beautiful spread. And then over here is a really cool area because surrounding all of this, they have areas like this. We sat here this morning that just just surround this thing. So there's tons of places to go all over the property. We're trying them all out. So how about this? They actually have a place dedicated to stargazing. It's the best place here. There's less light pollution than anywhere, but it's also a cool thing because during the day or at night, you can use these hammocks. So again, another place to just relax.
Unfortunately, we were expelled from paradise because we needed to explore the town. But what would we find in this dusty frontier desert town? We're exploring the town of San Pedro de Atacama, and it's like no other place we've ever been to. I think we actually feel like we're in the wild, wild west. Like I feel like I'm in an episode of Gunsmoke.
That's
right
really,
now.
really true. But it's the crazy thing that this is really a metropolis, because while it does feel like an old west town, it is a booming place, and it really serves all this area as a jumping off point for so much exploration. So if you need anything within an hour or two of here, this is your spot, and it's your only one. San Pedro de Atacama is a very hot place. So while we were walking down the street, we decided that we needed a bit of refreshment. So we came into this restaurant, and it's called Tierra Todo Natural. I think there is a bit of a through line through all of this natural earth stuff. It's a vegan and vegetarian restaurant, but they also have amazing drinks. We just had the best mojito ever. So you find your way here, come to this place for a drink. You'll enjoy it. We had a couple of drinks, and then we went and planned our tours, and now we're just kind of walking around the town before dinner. And we had seen this on our way over here, but then we just look up and we see what's behind me, that volcano. We have really enjoyed our time at the hotel. It was a great time to chill, but it's been nice to get out here and really experience the Atacama Desert. It's so beautiful. One of the places it really reminds us of is Wadi Rum Desert in Jordan. We did an incredible video there, and I hope you see it. Yeah, that was one of the top experiences of our life, and this really reminds me of that. It's this juxtaposition of civilization against all of this nature and this all absolute nothingness, and we just love it. So check that out for sure. And listen, if you want a little vibe here in the desert, we really recommend this one.
We're at what's called the Tres Marias, otherwise known as the Three Marys. Supposedly there was a priest long ago, 100 years or so ago, who was walking through the desert, and he came upon this formation, and he says it looked to him like the Virgin Mary in three different positions. So it became known as the Three Marys. But actually, nowadays, it's the 2.5 Marys, because there was a tourist. There's always a tourist story, right? And a tourist went to hug one of the Marys, right? And the Mary came with them. The Mary was broken. So that's kind of a sad story. But this is what we have left today. While we were thinking about it, we wanted to capture on camera an experience we had. It was during our time taking the tour through the Valley of the Moon. We were in with this group, this one group of people, and then it was us. We were all kind of together. And in this group, we met these two guys from America. They just happened to be on vacation, and we just struck up a conversation. And they were just the most interesting and intelligent and creative guys, and we just really bonded, and it was a really cool experience.
It really was. I mean, you know, we're definitely from two different generations. They're in their 30s and kind of out of law school and figuring out life and all of this kind of thing, owning businesses, not yet married, dealing with all the things that you deal with as 30-year-olds. And I'm sitting here as a 61-year-old and a 55-year-old talking about them and talking about life with them. And it was so cool. We really bonded and we really enjoyed the conversation. I was surprised at how just open and mature.
Yeah, and in touch with their emotions that they were, which is great.
Was
you don't
cool.
come across that often.
You know, when we were coming up, that wasn't as, big a thing, and certainly not as normalized a thing. So we just thoroughly enjoyed it, and we've decided to keep in touch and look forward to hearing kind of what goes on with them. Even said if we get back to California, they may meet up with us. So I thought that was a great experience and another one of the great things that happens when you travel.
Right, and what I think is ironic of this whole thing is we came here to just connect with each other and to have some alone time, but we ended up connecting with two really cool humans.
We have been driving along the Chilean highway and we got a chance to stop because we see llamas in the distance, but not so far distance. They're right
here. Our guide, Carolina, stopped for us. We're on a private tour and we're so loving this because literally this is not anything but the highway. And here we are. Check this out.
So this has been really, really special. We have stopped at the petroglyphs. These are carvings into these walls.
Part of their story that Carolina just told us, and it's really cool and it's very sweet actually, is that as families age and the old folks age and can't move and get older as much, they talk to them about, hey, we're going into the next world and ultimately we'll be actually transmuted into the Milky Way. The Milky Way is very visible from here, so it's very much a part of their belief system, and it's really sweet. So she's like, we'll miss the person when they're gone, but we know that they're up there as a part of the Milky Way. It's just really fascinating. And by the way, this is such a cool thing. We are out here by ourselves seeing all this with Carolina today.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it.
If you guys follow our channel, you know that I'm a big nerd and love VR gaming. And one of my favorite VR games is called No Man's Sky. And in this game, you go to these planets, and many of them are these very arid planets, and it's very dramatic mountains, and they're all different colors with all of these different minerals. That seems to be where we are today, because we're in Chile and we're in a place called Rainbow Valley.
And Rainbow Valley is that. It's crazy. As you can see, we're here now. Our guides left us for a minute, and we've just kind of gone back to elementary school. We were just talking about igneous rock and metamorphic rock and sedimentary rock, which of course brought me back to the 5th grade or something like that. But she just was telling us all about that, it brought it all back, and it's all here. And you see all these magnificent colors. I don't know, the colors are just crazy.
Red, blue, green,
There's some yellow,
Purple.
purple. There's all of these colors, and of course, they're all related to different minerals and things. But it's been a fascinating tour. And again, here we are. She just left us, and we're just exploring it on our own. It's like being on the moon in VR. You know, it's just amazing.
Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
It's our last day at the Naturalis Hotel, and we will miss this place. It's been a wonderful stay. We love the community of the Odyssey, but we really wanted some time to just be together and reconnect. It's been so relaxing that you can tell we haven't even shaved the entire time we've been here.
This has been such a rejuvenating experience. It's such a cool experience because we've never been to this part of the world before, and this was perfect for us. We did a lot of great exploring, and we've also had a lot of cool downtime like we're doing right now in the middle of this beautiful desert. We've never been gone from the Odyssey this long, so it'll be interesting to kind of see how it works out because we're not quite finished with our travels yet. We've got some more to do, but we're really looking forward to what's next. And in terms of this place, like he said, if you ever get around to here, we really recommend you spend some time here.